the end of the day. You gotta feel good at the end of the day. It's all that matters. Oh, I pray just to feel good at the end of the day.
Hello, fellow dorks, and welcome back to Alone in the Dork. Okay, here we are. We are finally onto our combat in Warlord Ascendant. I've already filmed the entirety of the combat. I've already edited most of it. And there are some issues that pop up. I'm just going to clear them now so I don't have to keep putting little pop-ups on the screen. First and foremost, my map is too small. I didn't follow the rules very well, surprise. But yeah, my map should be a little bit bigger. Not much bigger, but a little bit bigger. But in all honesty, it's already small enough as is, just the way I set up the interface. So I think it's actually kind of helpful, the size that it is. We should have a bit more room to navigate the map, but everyone on that map, with the exception of one individual, is a melee combatant. So we do a lot of standing and just like hitting each other. So that doesn't really kind of get in our way too much. On top of that, I don't think I do the flanking rules properly. It said that if you flank someone, you need to be on opposite sides, and I was doing exactly opposite sides. So not just like, oh, okay, I'm on the east side of this character, you're on the west side of this character, we are flanking. I had to be like very specifically like, if you're on the northeast, you got to be on the southwest. It hampers both sides of the fight. Honestly, it kind of helps me a little bit, so that's kind of good. Something else that I didn't necessarily do right. Oh, last episode. If you remember, I spent that momentum point. Momentum should only be used in combat. But I was also kind of like role-playing a little bit. Like I had Jeff and Broomhilda like stay back at the camp instead of going out and exploring. So that actually hampered me because that was like 40% of my party. So I only investigated 3 hexes when I should have investigated 5. So again, I don't feel too bad about that. Something that I've taken with me a long time ago is just some advice that Alex gave me. He's like, my games are solid enough. If you mess up some rules, it's not going to break the game. But God help me, I keep trying to break his games. Okay, let's just jump into this bad boy and see how this turns out for us. So let's see here. We have a maximum of 3 orders. All creatures move to a number of squares equal to their speed. So we can move and then take an action, or we can take an action and then move. We just can't split that up. For instance, we have a movement of 3. We can't move 2 spaces, take an attack, and then move another space. You have to do one or the other and complete it in its entirety before you take either the move ability or take your action. Facing is pretty important in this game as well, and we can also move diagonally or orthogonally. We also do need line of sight, which helps our ranged characters, obviously. So let's start shooting some things. Okay, so here we go. We're just going to roll initiative. We both roll a D100, and whoever gets highest wins. That's all it comes down to. I'm sure there are certain feats we can get, or certain monsters will have abilities that will be able to modify those rolls. But nonetheless, to start this off, we're going to roll for them. Not a great roll. They got a 17, and then we get to roll. So we want above a 17. That is a 71. We do get to go first. So let's go. We do get a maximum of 3 orders, which basically means we can move 3 people. And remember, we do also have our big like special abilities as well that me as the player uses. And those things were, one of my characters gets +5 temporary valor and +20 to all checks for a turn. I can stun an enemy for D4 rounds, and then I can gain an extra turn. So those are like just special abilities that I as the player have. So we basically can do free actions, we can do our action, and we can do a move. What is their movement? Let's see what the baddies' movement is. They move 4. That's pretty good. So they're going to cover a good bit of ground. I'm not the biggest fan of that. Them getting through these bushes is going to cost 2 points of movement to get through, and they will dash. They will just full-on sprint to me stupidly. So I need to take note of that as well. I'm a little worried if I charge them, they're just going to surround me and start kind of like kicking my butt. So 1, 2, 3, they can get basically to here, exactly where Sir Adrian is. So let's kind of account for that. So what that means is we'll probably attack next. I'm going to get into a better like defensive formation here. Oh, I get 4 activations because I'm on the area too. Because Jeff is just starting on our strategic position, that he gets to just unlock it. I mean, is it cheating? I don't know. Like, I just started on top of this activation point. So I have enemy activation right here, kind of the order that they go in. If any of them are engaged, they are the ones who are going to activate, which makes sense. If there are no engaged enemy creatures, I randomly determine which creature will be activated by assigning each one of them a number and rolling a dice. And then once I know which creature activates, I do so from top to bottom or left to right. And then I have this little decision tree for melee, and they will charge me. So I gotta keep that in mind for my activation, because I am going first, that they are going to charge me, which basically means they're going to just run at me, and they're going to get a good bit of movement. I think a charge may be move your full speed and attack. I don't like that. Okay, so that may dictate what I do here. We basically want to be on the other side of this rough terrain here because that makes movement twice as slow. The only reason I'm pulling back is because I know they're going to charge me, and I'm just going to get out of their current attack range, and then for next round, I'm going to rush them. Because initiative's a 50-50. Oh, I forgot about that too. Oh my gosh. So again, if they end the round, they could just have better luck on the initiative roll, and that means that they go first next round, and then they get the first hit. So I may just have to kind of start going a little more offensive than I was expecting to. 1, 2, I can get dude right here. I can get my big boy right here and start attacking. So he can be overwhelmed, and if you're like kind of like surrounded, if you're flanked, if creatures position themselves on opposite sides of me, they each of them get a +10 to the attack. So they need to be on exact opposite sides, which would be a little tricky for them to do. Maybe if I can use the terrain to my advantage. Screw it. Let's do it. Let's go. Just because of the initiative order, I can't just hope that's just going to go back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. This will be 3 points of movement just to get this guy here. So it's going to go 1, because you can move diagonal, 2, 3, just because it's like, we'll just say this is mud, like really thick mud, rough terrain. And then I'm going to fire a shot at this one. This is the guy that I'm going for. All right, let's see. So how this works is I'm going to roll my trait die. That is a D12. And if I roll a 9 or above, I unlock his trait, which would be 1 more point of damage. And they have a defense of 40, so they want to roll a 40 or below. And I have a 50 or below to hit, so I want to roll below a 50. Now, as long as we both hit in our tiers, the tiebreaker is whoever rolls the highest. So let's say I roll a 40. So I hit, I do better than my opponent. I take the tens digit, and that is my damage. So if I roll a 40, I did 4 points of damage. If I roll a 43, I did 4 points of damage. If I roll a 12, I did 1 point of damage. And if both of us fail to roll, the attacker deals a point of damage, just to make sure combat just doesn't go on forever. So I'm going to try to crack a shot. The baddies have a 40% chance of blocking this. It rolled a 64, it failed, and its trait did not trigger, so that's a great roll for me, 64. And I am going to roll a 37. My trait did not kick off because I did not get a 9, 10, 11, or 12, but that is a hit. I did 3 points of damage, and it blocked 1 because it has tough skin. So this guy is now down to 12. So that was my only ranged. I wish I had more ranged. I don't. 1, 2, 3. This is my second activation. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, here we go. They have a dodge of 40. They did. They got a 24, so they are dodging this unless I do better. They have a 24. Their trait did not kick off. 24 dodge. I got a... oh, no. Critical fail, 77. Not off to a good start for Sir Adrian. And my trait just missed by 1. So I got a critical fail. I do get to click that I still critted, just in a bad way. So if doubles are rolled over the creature's skill score, this is a fumble. When a creature fumbles, they drop their weapon, forcing them to spend an action to pick it up. Oh! So he has his Morning Star, and it's probably named something stupid like God's Vengeance. All of his weapons and his helmet and everything, they probably all have like names, like silly names, like God's Wrath. So he runs up and he drops God's Wrath. And so his next turn is literally going to be picking this thing up as he's getting mauled. I can still activate 2 more people. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to want to kind of get in the fray. 1, 2, 3. Sadly, I think that's all I'm going to do. Let's check my abilities here. Nothing's looking super great. 5 temporary hit points, 20 at all checks, stun an enemy. And I think I can do that whenever. All right, I'm going to see who activates, and I may just stun an enemy because I don't want my idiot who has to pick up his sword next round to be completely mobbed. We're going to see which ones go. There are 5 of them. I'll also roll a d6 and just re-roll the 6s. 6. Okay, re-roll. So 2, 4. So the middle ones, they're the ones who are going to go. So we'll start with 2, and they go from left to right. So 1, 2, 3. Here goes this guy, and he's obviously going to attack Sir Idiot Merryweather. So Sir Adrian, I think he has 3 points of protection, and I can also try to knock them prone. So I got some stuff I can do out of this. All right. So they have a 50. So boom, boom. That is a great hit for them. They're trait triggered because I rolled an 11, and I got a 43. So they did 4 points of damage, of which I'm blocking 3 because of my armor, at least, unless I do something really bad. So that is 43. Oh, they did tail swipe. So that is what triggered off of their trait. So instead of a regular bite, they swipe with their tail. If it hits, which we'll see if it does in a second, they do an additional D4 damage. Okay. My defense is a 60 because I'm wearing so much armor. Come on. A 43. Holy moly, it's a tie. Let's roll my trait die. It is a tie. Look at that. That's pretty amazing. I think in case of a tie, I think what is the tiebreaker is whoever has the highest value. I have a 60. It has a 50. Overall, my skill level, I'm a little bit better at it. My tier level is larger than it. So I think I stopped him from doing that. So hooray. And my attack triggered as well. I can make an immediate athletics check to knock it prone, and I have no penalty next round based off of my armor. But I am going to make an opposed athletics check just to try to knock it prone. I don't know what that does, but let's give it a shot. So it is going to do athletics, which its athletics is 50. Yeah. A 3. My athletics, what do you got, Sir Alistair, is a 40. So I want below a 40 and above a 3. That is not it, so I didn't do it. I didn't knock it over, which is okay. So I dodged a bit of a bullet there. Let's see what else we have going on here. Both of them don't even need to move. They just start trying to chomp on him. Now, what it said in regards to flanking is opposite sides of the enemy. They are not on opposite sides, but they are going to chompy, and we are going to have Sir Alistair deal with it. So another attack on Sir Alistair. Here we go. So they have a 50, a 9, and a tail swipe. All right, Sir Alistair. Oh, it's probably called God's Vigilance. That's the name of his armor. All right, Sir Alistair, you want above a 9. A 38. So I blocked it. Okay, great. So he just runs into combat, and so far, God is on his side. He's still got to pick up his stupid sword next turn. Here is the last one, and it's not even going to move. It's just facing him. A 43. Just missed by 3. I may as well roll the defense. I could get crit. 84. We both failed, and I think it is an automatic point of damage. So, actually, no. Oh, crap. It succeeded. I was thinking their defense. They have a 40. Their combat is a 50. Shoot. It did not trigger its trait, but this one actually hit me, which makes sense. I'm fumbling around trying to pick up my sword. So I did take 4 points of damage because I rolled a 40. I do block because I'm wearing so much armor, 3. So I only took a point of damage out of that, which is what I would have taken if we both missed. So that's not too bad. And I do have some healing capability. So I'm down to 20 because, again, I got that bonus health. So, all right, we're drawing blood. Now it's back to the top of the next round. And we both make opposed D100 rolls to see who goes first. 16. All right. Oh, you want high. That's good for me. Unless you roll a 13. That's bad for me. And the same exact ones are going to go. Because since they're engaged, that's just in the order of operations, they are engaged. They are going to go first. I don't even think they're going to move. They're just going to sit there and chomp on them. I don't think they're that smart. Decision tree. Yeah, these things just don't care. I think they're just going to chomp on me. And I'm going to just say that because I'm going to need all the help I can get in this battle. So let's move on to their 3 attacks. Here we go. Yeah. They have a 50. That is a big miss. I'm going to just go ahead and roll and see what I get. Oh my God. Another point of damage for me because we both failed. 94. They just got a big old whiff. And I just want to succeed. I just want to get a 60. Which I do. 23. I'm good. So I've taken a point of damage so far. Here goes their last attack. 69. Excellent. Another fail. And I just want a 48. Got it. So I only took 1 point of damage. Again, if we both fail, the defender takes a point of damage. I don't think it's blockable damage. I think it's just damage, which makes sense. I'm being overrun by these idiots. All right, he's down to 19. Things could be so much worse. I did completely armor him up. So, one of my turns. is going to be my dude picking up his sword. That's it. That's Sir Adrian's turn. 1, 2. That's all he can move. He is going to crack a shot at this one to the left of Sir Adrian. So let's see how he does. They have a 40. Roll for the baddies first. 74. That is a miss. And here I go. Ooh, that's a critical success. I rolled an 11. What does that mean? I don't remember. Let's see. So that is a critical success from Lysander, shooting his arrow. Critical hit. If doubles are rolled equal or below a creature's skill score, it is a critical strike. As a consequence, the damage dealt is increased by d6. So I only did 1, which it can block that 1, but I'm adding a d6. I will happily take 7 points of damage. So it negates 1 of those, but it still knocks it down by 6. It had 15. Great, down to 9. Like it. I like it. Good job. So Lysander just pops him there. Probably like just right in the side. Got a pretty easy shot to line up there. So good job, sir. And you know Lavinia gets really turned on when her brother draws blood. Really moved her into a dumb position. She's not going to be able to do anything this round. I'm going to get her to here. It's really just not much. She's about to go bananas here in a second. On her next turn, I'm going to activate her Berserker Wrath. She's going to start making her way down there. She can charge. Let's do it. So I moved 1, 2, 3, and then charge is move your speed and attack. She's going to go for it. So again, I get 4 actions because Jeff is hanging out up here holding down this area for us. So she does get to do a charge, and I feel like she's going to use her special ability, which is called like idiot charge. What's it called? Fervor. Battle Fervor. Acolytes trust their god will protect them. When taking a charge action, they ignore terrain penalties and increase their attack check by 10. Oh, so she could have actually just run across this mud. She wouldn't have cared. So right after that arrow hits, she is going. So let's go, Brunhilde. Let's roll for the lizard. Fail. Great. Even if you fail, I wonder if your trait still kicks in. But I don't think it had a defensive trait, honestly. I don't think I need to roll the trait die for that because I don't think defensively it had a trait. But it got a 61. Come on, Brunhilde. I bet a plus 10. Oh, actually, I don't even know what her attack skill is. Oh, she's at a 60 with that plus 10. Come on, Brunhilde. She got a 12, and she got her trait triggered, which is an extra point of damage. So she did 2 points of damage. She has a light hammer, and when the trait triggers, it does an extra point of damage. So again, because she only rolled a 12, that's just 1. But then her hammer triggered, so she just, maybe what she does is the arrow sticking out of it. And again, it is literally, I said earlier, it's just her hammer from home. She just like drives the arrow in deeper into its flank. And I'm perfectly aware that light hammers were a thing that would have been used in battle and would have been forged very differently, but it's a game. So she did a point of damage overall, just due to the fact that it has that rough hide, but that is not too bad. And I think that was our turn. He shot, she went, he picked up sword, she moved. That is it. That was our turn. Now I'm starting to like look at my abilities a bit better. It's like, oh, that one's not that great. Jeff up there, and he may do something, but he's totally fine right there. And maybe what he's doing is he's just like protecting like the town's children or something like that. Or like getting coffees. Oh, he does have the flail ability. If he actually hits, he could damage like things next to him. It actually makes sense that he'd get into this fight. Right now, there's no great place for him to be. And the 4 activations is helpful because all of my people can activate, but Brunhilde should have held that down, and Jeff should have been the one to go up and attack. Oh, well, I was about to say you live, you learn, but I may not live. But I'll learn. No, I won't. I think we're at the start of another round, right? Yeah, I think we are. Okay, let's see who goes first. They rolled a 25. Great. I roll a 48. Fantastic. I'm going first. And finally, my fighter dude is going to try to do something. I'm going to flank. So Brunhilde is actually going to, this takes twice as much movement to go into here. It's like this gully. She kind of goes down into this gully. And what this is doing is giving me flanking position. I think that gives us a plus 10 on these things. It does open up to an attack to the other one. I'm perfectly aware of that, but I'll take all the pluses I can get right now. So here's some bestial opponent stuff that I did miss on accident. Full bestial opponents are unpredictable. They might get random surges of aggressiveness or passivity. Oh, At the start of a bestial warband, I roll a 1d10. If it's a 1 to 3, they lose an order. If it's a 4 to 7, act as normal. 8+, they gain an order. Okay, that's good to know. So I'll try my best to remember that. And I think I know what their target priority is. They're basically already engaged, so they already know who they're attacking. And I'll roll randomly about this one on the left on Brunhilde. So I think I got a +10 each due to the flanking position. Yeah, +10 each. Okay, Brunhilde has an attack of 50, so it is a 60 because she is flanking. She is going on the one on her right. So let's see how well it blocks. It fails. Come on, Brunhilde. Oh, man, it's a 68. And my trait triggered, which would have been an extra point of damage. Dang it. Oh, that would have been a huge hit for me. I do have rerolls. I have 4 rerolls. My pool is still at 4. I'm not going to do a reroll there. That would have been really nice. Okay, I am going to have my main dude go. They're trying to block you. They do not. 66. Critical fail for them. I think the critical fails only really matter during an attack. So here we go. And I have a +10. Close combat is at a 50, so he's at a 60 because I has a +10. Yeah. Boo. And that triggered. Dang it. That would have been nice. That was 2 huge missed opportunities. All right. I'm going to fire an arrow. So friendly combatants do not interrupt line of sight. Doesn't really matter. He's got a clear line of sight to this one that I'm still trying to hit. I'm just focusing on the one that's getting damaged. This is its defense. 26. Come on, Lysander. 90. He's probably too scared of like hitting a companion and just misses. This has not been a great turn, but here we go. I'm unlocking Lavinia's insanity mode, and I think she just takes like the most direct path and starts hitting the closest thing to her, which should be this one right here that I'm pinging on. I just feel like, though, with her character's traits, she would be going for that one because it's protecting her, like, who she views as the voice of God. It's the same distance. She still needs to move 1 square to do it. So again, I'm just adding a little bit of story for like why she behaves the way she is at the moment. So she is going to move here for the next D4 rounds. She always has to take an order, which is fine. I'm going to be doing it anyway. And she does an extra D6 damage. And this is for 1d4 rounds. Atta girl, 3 rounds. I'm just going to try to keep track of that here. 3. Here it goes, trying to protect itself. Yeah, 37. That's pretty good. Come on. Oh, 43. Great. And I did not specify what weapon I'm using. And I will be using... It's actually kind of 50-50 because she's dual wielding. The rapier negates 2 points of protection. It only has 1. The short sword does an extra point of damage, which is 1. So honestly, it doesn't really matter which one I do mathematically. The trait wasn't triggered anyway, but I did hit. And, oh, wait a minute. It got a critical success. Oh, man. Seriously? Let's see. I really want this to hit because this would be 4 plus 1d6 damage. A critical success automatically wins the confrontation unless the opponent rolls another critical success. Boo. All right. So they blocked me. Dang it. Jerk. Lizard. That was my turn, and now it is the jerk lizards. And I think I'm just going to roll randomly. This one's engaged. This one's engaged. This one's engaged. This one's engaged. So we do have 4 of them engaged. I need to roll that D10 to see. I think we wanted this to be low. 6. I'm pretty sure that's just they get the typical 3. And then I'm going to just roll like a 1d4, I guess, to see if this one's going to go, this one's going to go, this one's going to go, or this one's going to go. 1d4. Okay, the one on Sir Adrian is going to go. This is at a 50. The 68, that's a fail. Great. 68 versus Sir Adrian's. I think that's a 60 is what I have. 78, jeez. Both failed. He takes just another point of damage. I'm not rolling well for either party here currently. We got 2 more to go. 4. This one's actually still engaged with him. I feel like it said they're just going to stick with whoever they're sticking with. They were all attacking him. She just showed up. But I think this was actually going to be on Sir Adrian because that's who its initial target was. It is a 41. Ooh, that's a really good roll. Let's see if it straight triggered. It did not. So 41 versus my 60. Dang it. Failed by 1. So it did 4 points of damage. But again, I have 3 protection because I have so much armor on this guy. He just takes a point of damage. It is dwindling down, though, his health. I do have some healing bombs I can throw out, and we have one more lizard to go. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 already went. Okay, settle down with the 4s. 2. Okay, this one right here. The other one on Sir Adrian. The other one on Sir Adrian. That's a 6. That's a low hit. Trait did not trigger, so a 6. Come on, Sir Adrian. Just roll below a 60. There we go. And the trait did not trigger. Okay, so I think we went first. So I think it's back to initiative order. Let's see what they get. A 2. All right. We should win this. We do. All right. I can shoot through friendly spaces, but I'm going to keep shooting. Do I want to do that? Maybe I hold off shooting. Just looking at special abilities and things that I have. Let's give my big dude plus 20 to all checks. He's going to swing pretty hard for this guy, and this may be one of my rerolls, my momentum pools if I fail it, but let's see how well it dodges this. Great, it failed. I have a plus 20, so I can actually roll pretty high on this. I currently have an 80 because normally I'm at a 50, and then I get the plus 10 because I'm flanking, and then I just gave myself plus 20. So I am at an 80, and actually a high roll, as long as it's under 80, is pretty great. 59. That is not too shabby. Oh, and I gotta roll my trait. And my trait triggered. Fantastic. I just did 6 points of damage. It blocked 1. It is down to 3. Great. Brunhilde is going to go ahead and attack it. She currently still has the plus 10. Come on, Brunhilde. Let's see how it defends itself. Critical success. Dang it. 50. Man, that would have taken it out too. If it did not get a critical success, it would have taken it out, but it doesn't matter. Shoot. And her stupid thing triggered, which would have been an extra point of damage or something. That stinks. That is the second critical success that has saved those things. Okay, I'm going to have my archer crack a shot. That's the protection, 58. And here goes my archer, an 8. Be good to trigger that. Oh, it did trigger. Fantastic. So I did 2 points of damage, but I only did 1 ultimately, which again isn't amazing. I knocked that thing down to 2, which really, I should have taken it out this round. And then I got Crazy Pants going. I think I'm going to spend a point of momentum. That'll knock me down to 3. I gained 20 to this roll. I really want her to do a lot of damage while she gets this extra D6. So her attack is a 50, so she's at a 70. But let's see how this stupid lizard guy goes. Lizard's defense, I think, is a 40. Great, it misses. And here I go, and I am at a 70. That is a huge hit, a 62. That is a cocked die, unfortunately, but it is a 1. So 62, 6 points of damage, plus a D6 because she's in frenzy mode. She only has this for 1 more round after this. She does 6 plus an extra D6 damage. 4. She did 10 points of damage. It negates 1. She just did 9 points of damage to this one right here. Again, she's just protecting her Lord and Savior. So that one is down to 6 health. So thank you, Lavinia. And I think that was the entirety of my turn. Okay, now it is back to the lizard, the giant lizards. I'm rolling that D10. Want this to be low? Low. They actually have 1 less activation. Only 2 of them are going. The one on the far right hasn't even engaged yet. We're going to have number 3 and number 1. So the one on Brunhilde and then the one that Lavinia just attacked. So come on, Brunhilde. You got this. You got this, girl. They attack with a 50. That is a 37 and they're trait triggered. So this is a tail attack. This is a big shot. But Brunhilde's a big girl. She can take it. My defense is a 30. Oh my gosh. So my trait triggered right here, but I failed the roll. So it is damaging me. And it is doing 3, but since it's trait triggered as well, it is doing a tail hit or whatever it's called, a tail swipe, an additional D4 damage. So it is doing just 4 points of damage. How much health you got, Brunhilde? Oh, she only has 10 health. Yeah, I'm going to smash her shield. I feel like I need to do that. That would take her down to half health. And then I do have the big healing bomb I can do later. I feel that's worth just smashing a fairly cheap shield. Okay, that was the first one. Now we have the one that is attacking Sir Adrian, but directly south of Crazy Pants. Clear all this. 28, that's pretty decent. Another tail slash. This is on Sir Adrian, so he's got a pretty good defense. 63. I think his defense is 60. Shoot, I failed by 3. Let's see if I can trigger my shield at least. I do not. He just took a hit. Okay, and so this is the last lizard, the only remaining lizard this round. This is on Sir Adrian. They have a 50% chance, I believe, to hit. That's a 19, and their tail lash does not hit, so I have to roll above a 19 and below a 60, preferably. Sure got that, unless it rerolls. Dang it. Still got it. Let's just roll to see if I triggered my shield ability. I sadly did not, but I did negate that attack. Now it is back to initiative. All right, and I am going to stop the combat right there. I know I hate this is the first time I've ever stopped a combat in the middle of combat, but we still have a ways to go and a lot of twists and turns happen in this combat. I know, because I've already recorded it. So I've got to go edit that. I'm actually about to go camping, but it is raining for pretty much the entirety of the trip, which will be great because I'm actually like really sweaty. We're having a heat wave here, and where I'm going, there's glaciers. Just up the road, like an hour and a half, I will be like in a little glacial cave, and that will definitely cool me down. Beyond that, I'm sorry about the lag. Again, whenever I get monetized, I told myself I'll get myself a new computer. I've got a great computer, but Alex T's games and Black Oath games is too much game for my computer to handle. So beyond that, thank you so much for watching this. I know I screwed up, and I do not mind if you say, actually, I think you got that wrong. Because I do, regardless of how it comes off, I actually do try to be as informed as I possibly can and give you all the rules to the best of my abilities, which are sorely lacking. So for the next episode will drop early next week, and then the final episode, I will be doing the management phase in that, because we got a lot of stuff to take care of in that management phase. And I just want to give you a better feel for the gameplay loop, and actually I just want to play it as well, because this is a really fun game, obviously, or I wouldn't be playing them. So I think that's it. I'm done rambling. I'm really hot and sweaty. This bathrobe, not a good time of year to be wearing this bathrobe. My neck's all sweaty and gross. But I'm about to go camping and hang out in a glacial cave, and I promise you it'll be much cooler there. Speaking of cool, that's not me, because I'm Avery with Alone in the Dork. And until next time, stay cool, my friends. It doesn't even work. Doesn't even work. I don't even buy it. Stay dorky.